Does producing more oil at home make a difference?
Very little.
I was going to say, because somebody had explained once that even you produce it at home because it's an international commodity, the price would rise to the level, or what's the...
The price is set by the international market.
Okay.
And we produce so little relative to the global...
Okay, supply wouldn't increase enough to
affect the global price. The oil produced in the United States doesn't affect our price any more than it affects the price in Europe or the price in Japan.
Right.
It's global.
And it's not like BP or Exxon's going to say, we produce it in the U.S., we'll give you a deal.
No.
They're going to sell it at market rates.
They're going to sell at market rates. And so what we produce affects the global market, but affects everybody in the world. Right. The impact on the United States is negligible. Negligible.
Right.
If we wanted to get the prices down in the United States, we could do a lot better by opening up our markets to sugar-based ethanol from Brazil, for instance. We have a 54-cent a gallon tax on imported ethanol from Brazil.
Okay.
That would help lower the price because we wouldn't have to, and it would make our taxpayers much better off because we would be using, right now we subsidize every gallon of corn-based ethanol by over $1 a gallon.
Right.
So our taxpayers, for every gallon of ethanol that we use in the United States, our taxpayers are lose $1, and we have to pay more because we could have gotten 50 cents even cheaper from Brazil. So if anybody was concerned about saving money, that's where they ought to go.
Right. Wow. I don't even want to hit on the other stuff, and we've got to go to the Obama panel in a second. Any sort of final thought you want to make, whether it's about the book or frankly any other topic, because then I think we'll cut it short because we don't want to miss the panel.
I'm very worried about the financial situation in the United States. Clearly, the American regulators have mismanaged their regulation, and disastrously, and it's going to cost us a large amount. It was necessary that they bail out, engage in the bailouts, but they could not have done it in a worse way. And what gets me almost angry, I would say, is that the way they're doing it is allowing many of the shareholders, say in Bear Stearns, or the shareholders and other people being vested, winding up with lots of money.
Right.
In the case of Bear Stearns, it was $1 billion, while the taxpayers are left holding the bag, having to pay, we don't know how much. And at the same time, the Bush administration says we can't help the millions of Americans who are losing their homes.
What should they do? I mean, with regards to Bear Stearns, for example, or any of these big companies, what should the policy be?
They needed to bail them out. That was good. But they could have done it in a way that protected the interest of American taxpayers better. The shareholders didn't do their job of oversight of the management of Bear Stearns. They should pay the price before our taxpayers start having to pick up the pieces. And the same thing in each of the other cases. They're basically giving these guys, I won't say a free ride, they lost a lot of money, but before the taxpayers pick up a cent, the shareholders should lose everything. And that should be the basic principle. And
also then that also sets a lesson for other companies, I would think. That's an incentive question as well.
It provides incentives for the future. But all the Bush is talking about are the incentives of the poor guys who might lose their homes. So we have this double standard. For the rich, for the big investors, they're getting off. As I say, they paid a price, but they're still walking off with a lot of money, billions. Whereas the homeowners are really facing a hard time, and Bush is now threatening to veto the bill that is designed to provide them with some relief.
With the homeowners, you mean? Yeah.
With the homeowners, exactly. Anybody looking at this from either an economic perspective or a perspective of social justice has to say, something is wrong.
What's your next book? We'll close with that.
I'm not sure yet.
Seriously?
Not sure
you don't have like 4 or 5 in your head?
Well,
we'll still get $1 trillion war.
This I'm still working on the next version of this because the costs keep going up, and one has to keep, interpreting the events as they
Next
go
year it's
on.
going to be the $6 trillion war. Okay, I think we have to call it quits because we've got to get back, and we're probably running out of tape too. So Joseph Stiglitz, thank you so much for talking to me, and I think this has been really informative. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's scary. All right.
Good.